Welcome to your practice. Let's begin our practice on all fours. Today's practice is Yin Yoga on all fours, in just with our hands in front to stretch out the shoulders, arms in front or arms slightly bent, feet, any option with your feet. Option to go back towards your feet for deeper stretch in your toes and arches of your feet. Pressure the stomach. Or option to come forward and stretch the thoracic region, elbows, arm bones, wrists, finger joints. Take another minute to set your pose up. Option to sway side to side. I like this position because you can check how much stretch you need in your toe joints, arches of your feet, how the ankle's doing, the sides of your body, the curves of your spine. Thirty more seconds, and I want you then to establish that uh, place in your body that you want to treat in today's class. That place in your body can be in your neck, it can be across your shoulders, it can be your lower back, it can be your ankles, and then I'd like you to stay still now for another minute and a half. Let's connect with the frequency of breathing. Inhale, your count. Exhale, double the count. I'm just going to turn this electrical uh, appliance off because it's shooting some sounds. Now, if you're just getting to know your body and maybe haven't connected for a few days in certain places, it's okay to move slightly. One more breath. Option to shift to child's pose, come to cat and cow or downward dog. Sway, option to sway side to side. Take your options for 5 more breaths. Let's Get ready for squat position. This is for your lower body now. The other pose was for your upper body. Squat position can get in many variations. You can sit on the bolster, sit on the blocks. You can lift your heels up. You can put your heels down. This is classical squat, sitting down like a yogi from the Himalayas. Just join your hands, press your triceps towards your inner knees. So we got yogis from the Himalayas, from Canada, everywhere here. Yeah, enjoy your squat position. Um, take another minute to set up the intensity of this squat position. Okay, I'm going to turn the fans a little higher. It's quite warm. Few more uh, breaths just to establish the physical part. Which part of your body do you want to attend to in the squat position? And now, another minute and a half in squat position. So I'll give some options. This is one. Okay. Chair pose. Put your forearms on your thighs and hold it in chair. Try this, Gulzar. Just here. Yeah, and imagine there's a chair behind you. You put your seat in that chair and just make your knees, ankles, elbows, and shoulders strong here. If it gets too much, come up and unwind a bit and then settle. Option to sit down as well. Yeah, Lydia, you can also sit like this, heels lifted if you want. Begin breathing wherever you are. Just try to breathe your count of breath and try to double that count on the exhale. And this will help us manage the difficulty that's coming up in this position. About three more breaths. Let's shift to a neutral position of your choice and take a minute. You can also, that neutral position can be standing, it can be lying down, it can be downward dog, which everyone likes. It can be child's pose. Um, Walking on the spot, if you like. We're going for 5 more breaths at least. During this time in the pause, can you breathe with that same frequency that we are working with? Breathe with that same frequency. On your next breath, we're going to do thread the needle. We're going back to the shoulders. So we're going to come back to all fours. See if you need any unwinding. And then you're taking your left arm underneath here. So here are some options: slightly, a lot. That arm can go off into another angle if that's where you're trying to get at in your shoulder. Okay, head can come down, right shoulder can stack up, head can come on a block. Press both the surfaces of your hands down so you can get into your shoulders. So Lydia, left arm underneath like this. Yeah. So try to become comfortable with gravity. This is a practice of um, feeling weighed down, and how can we inspire ourselves when we're pushed to the ground with the force of gravity. Okay, now we'll go for 2 more minutes. Let's see if we can practice the breathing. Sometimes what prevents us from staying in a pose is just stress. So, this is one way to get rid of stress or to channel stress out. One more breath. Stress needs to have an exit. Okay, let's come back to center. What's centering for you? Which pose would that be? You could choose any position, any position to find your center. I'm standing, but you can find stillness or movement. This is a good position that we're doing to bring that stretch back into our shoulders, to get back our range of motion in the shoulders. Take another breath. Okay, good. Now let's come and do the other side. So we're going to take some time to find out how is this side of your shoulder doing? Should you be here slightly? Should you visit it all the way? Should you stretch both your arms? And the arms are usually about a 90-degree angle, but if we're treating our shoulders, you can have an option here. If you want to treat your elbows, you'll try and get those elbows straight as well. So keep working with the physicality of this position. And then there's a huge discomfort in the pose. How can you manage discomfort? This is what the practice is about. And add a level of discomfort that's manageable and breathable in your pose. Let's take 2 minutes more to continue here with the frequency of breathing. On the inhale, establish your count. On your exhale, double the count. Keep going. Take one more breath. Let's come to a neutral position of your choice, and let that be, any position to unwind your body or to stay still. We're going for another 30 seconds to find that center position. The next position is going to be a half squat pose. For example, just sit. It's also a funky butterfly pose, you can call it. So this is a butterfly, right? I want you to just bring your left leg up, left knee up, and let your right knee fall down. Now choose to sit on the bolster. Choose to sit on any prop and turn towards, we need a twist. Turn towards your left side like this. Now, when you turn to the left side, you have to give this left leg a little bit of attitude. So you can take your tricep to the inner leg and use your right hand behind you so you can just kind of fix the pose a little bit to your requirement. While you're turning to look towards the right side, I can slightly nudge my inner leg, my left inner leg, to fix that intensity or to adjust that intensity in the left hip, and it's like a slight cramping sensation for me. Now, your left sit bone will be lifted naturally. I'll also give you some other options. If that left leg is standing up, do you feel like coming down a little bit towards the right side here? But you must give your legs the expression of a happy baby in this angle. Sorry, butterfly in this angle, or one squat, one leg squat, you can call it. So you're here. This is another option. Another option is just sit straight and maybe getting the arm up if you like, and that's okay too. Okay. So, but you're going to lean on your back hand using your back arm as a kickstand here. Now, can you go for 2 more minutes? And so this pose is created out of very good. Pamela's got a different direction. Very nice. Pamela's got that direction. This is what I like. We create the poses and everyone finds something. Good, Lydia? Yeah, good. Or just here. Now, let's breathe with that frequency so we can embody the pose. Yeah, if it's uncomfortable, um, change the variation, because the variation you're changing is the upper body. The lower body, for the most part, stays in that shape. So you can treat your back in a safe way and treat your lower body joints. We've got about 3 more breaths. And by staying in the same place for a while, you're cultivating the strength in the joints. So the joints are getting stronger. On your next breath, any neutral position to unwind your body, take your time. You could be here doing some unwinding. You could go to Shavasana. You could be still, just still. So take the option that's best to unwind. One more breath. Okay, let's come up and set up the other side. So I take my butterfly pose and set it up. Or I take my squat pose and just put my seat down and set it up. So whichever way you want to get into the first position, and how does it help you bring your left knee down and keep your right knee standing up. So let's establish the lower body. The right knee must stand up. You can put your elbow on your knee, let that knee become a shelf for your elbow on that. Yeah, that's the first thing. Now, anything you want to do with the upper body. So if the legs stay, I can come down. I can get that. I can get that. These are all good stretches for the upper body. Of course, the arm up. Stretch your throat. Strengthen your arms. Find what's working and where you want to be in your body. The other option. Okay. Sometimes it's nice to just take an easy option and meditate. Yeah, nothing wrong with easy option and meditation. So I'm going to be here. 2 more minutes. If you are meditating, one way to meditate is use the frequency of the breath, where the inhale is a certain count, and on the exhale, double the count. Other things to meditate on, your right sit bone is lifted. How does it feel in space? How can we continuously express the upper body without taking a break? 1 more minute. Are the fingers involved? The ability to stay for a long time in a position is the first part of the meditation, of any meditation, without feeling you need to attend to anything else. On your next breath, let's find closure. So we'll find a neutral position, any neutral position of your choice. We'll take some time to unwind. The next position is going to be a position to close um, our yin practice here. Which pose would you like to close this practice in? And we're going to be in that pose for 2 minutes. Choose that position now. Which position? Which position feels like it will bring closure to our practice? Generally, you want a neutral position. It'll either be standing, and you can do mountain pose for 2 minutes, or shavasana, or modified shavasana, or a seated position, or butterfly legs. Good. Let's The divine in me sees the divine in you. Namaste.